I promise he's not always like this. What's going on, guys? Happy New Year from me and Benji. He was like, look, it's the first video of the year. I got to get in on this. We got to start off right, but I don't know. All right, so this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about FTO training, what I went through during mine. It was a 3-month training. Yours may be different depending on where you at. Some range from probably like 3, 4, 5, 6 months. That's pretty much you're on probation. You're gonna be partnered with an older police officer. You're gonna be riding along. I'm not even gonna say riding along. You're gonna be working. Like all that shit you spent in the academy, learning and shit, you're gonna take it out on the street. You're gonna be on calls. You're gonna be taking reports. You're gonna be talking to people. You're gonna be taking notes. You're gonna be, stopping and checking. You're gonna be doing police work. Before I continue though, and what I do want to make clear, don't let that training shit get you fucked up. What do I mean by that? Because don't get me wrong, that training, you're gonna learn a lot. One thing you do have to understand that it's a controlled environment. It's a controlled setting. Everything is controlled. You do defensive training in the academy. You get your ass knocked down. Your punishment is gonna be, okay, you're gonna get your ass knocked down. You're probably gonna get embarrassed. You're gonna have to run 2 miles. Then that's gonna be, you're gonna have to go home. If you get to go home, depending on where you at. But you fuck up in the street, you get into a fight in the street, you try, and somebody blindsides you, hits you with a bat, stomps you out, takes your gun, takes your radio and all that shit, kills you. What are you gonna do? And there's no instructor stepping in being like, okay, that's too much. Hey, guys, no. People don't like police officers. We see it all the time, and it's kind of like, so, bro, like, both sides, you gotta take it serious. You gotta take it very serious. And you gotta learn as you go. Some people just are not meant to be police officers. Some people don't know how to talk to people. Some people don't know how to just adapt and talk to different types of people. Some people have probably never talked to, like, I promise you, I've been around white people. I've probably seen white police officers that they've probably never gotten into a physical altercation or had a verbal dispute or disagreement with a black person or Hispanic person until they became police officers. Until they go show up with that uniform. And one thing, and I'm going to tell you this, I'm going to tell you guys a bunch of shit that when you go into academy, you're going to be like, yo, I heard that shit before. I heard that shit before. Like, where New Reed, that's what you heard. In the academy, they told us, when you're a cop and you do deal with somebody, you encounter somebody, most likely that's going to be on their worst day. And there is a good chance you may or may not have to take away their freedom. So people don't like police officers like that. They told us that all the time. And that's kind of like, yeah, obviously that's like basic knowledge. But at that time, when you're on the other side of it, you're just kind of like, it's real. Like, this shit is wild. It's wild. It's wild. So some people, it's just not for everybody. That job is just not for everybody. And that I say that job because, again, that's exactly what it is. It's just a job. I'm not going to get political. We're not going to go down this hole. But there's just people that, I don't know. And I've seen, again, I'm not in law enforcement now. I have friends, I have family who are in cops right now, who are good police officers right now. And sometimes it is just upsetting and frustrating when we all see shit on the news and we all see on the shit on the media that it's like, damn, you make cops look bad. But I get I get both sides. I get it, bro. I get it. Anyway, FTO training. I think when we graduated from the academy, I think we graduated on like a Thursday or Friday. We were given that weekend off. We got lucky. I think Camden and them motherfuckers, they had to go to work the next day. Them motherfuckers, they was like, yo, you guys graduated, work, you know them jobs that say apply today, get paid tomorrow? That's what Camden was like. graduate today, you're going to be working tomorrow. You're going to be working Market Street, walking that 12 hours doing that shit all day. So we got lucky. We're giving the weekend off. That next week was like in-service training, which is like all bullshit on the computer, paperwork. We have to go back to the gun range and qualify again. You're going to have to qualify two times. And then that weekend, that's when I got the call. I got the call from, you know, my sergeant, lieutenant, or whatever. He's like, yo, Rivera, you're going to be on FTO. You're going to be working Charlie. There was 3 shifts at that time. It was Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. Morning, afternoon, night. I was working the night. I think it was 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. He's like, you're going to be working this shit. This is going to be your sergeant. Your FTO trainer, his name is Joe. You're going to call him. It's going to be your FTO. No, all right, no problem. So, you know, I'm asking around. I talked to one of the guys I know. I'm like, yo, you know who this guy is? And he's like, yo, very good officer. Very good officer. That's what I was heard. I was like, very good officer, good guy. Like, you're in good hands. And to tell you the truth, wasn't wrong. I got nothing bad to say about that man. Joe, older guy, older Italian dude from Philly. I think at the time he was on the force for like 16, 17 years. I feel like he was cause yeah, he was there for a minute. So he's seen the changes just in law enforcement and just the departments, and he's seen how everything. So he was just one of them guys that, you know, he didn't take no shit. He didn't take no shit, but he was a very fair guy, very respectful. He never gave me bad advice. He never, disrespected me. Very good dude to me. No bullshit, got nothing. So, I was glad. I'm not even gonna lie. I was glad hearing about that, and before I even met him, or even after I met him, because knowing the type of person I am and my personality, I feel like it kind of was it was a good balance. You know, him being an older guy, and he's wanting to retire in a couple of years, and he's kind of like in that disgruntled phase type shit. Like, the department was a mess. It was a whole bunch of bullshit, politics and all that. So cops are gonna be mad, bro. Cops are some of the most disgruntled people that you're gonna meet in your motherfucking life. They won't tell you that. They're gonna act like, yo, I'm talking about. Cops are some of the most biggest assholes. I'm not saying he was an asshole at all, but I'm just saying, like, it's always like right. So I think my shift was like a Monday through, or what I work, I work weekends, but it's like Thursday through Sunday, from 10 p.m. to 1. Oh no, it's 10 p.m. to 8. All right, so I'm giving my schedule. I remember I'm going into roll call. Roll call is going to be the place that's pretty much where you have attendance at. You're going to make sure you're going to get your paperwork. Sergeant's going to be standing in front of the room. You may have desks. You may have to stand. But that's where you're going to get your assignments for the shift. You're going to be working with this guy. This is going to be your car. You're going to be patrolling this district. At this time, I want you to come here. You're going to take your break at this. It was that type of shit. So, and it's only like the first 5-10 minutes prior to your shift that everybody meets. So I remember I get there, and I didn't know what to expect, man. I'm not even going. I had no idea what to expect. I knew some of the guys that worked that shift. I knew them just from when I was younger. And so I had asked them prior to that shit. They were kind of like, yeah, man, like, yo, like, you be fine, yada, yada. So, but I had no idea going in. I remember I walked in, Sergeant standing there, introduced myself. You know, he does the same. Everything's cool. Sitting down, I'm sitting down, all the guys start going in. Everybody got the unit, everybody comes in. And then I see Joe walking in the room. I'm thinking, like, that's gotta be Joe. Looking Italian as hell. I'm like, that's gotta be that mother. That's gotta be Joe. I'm trying to look at his name tag to see him. I'm like, oh yeah, that's him right there. He comes up, introduces himself, yada yada, and roll call was cool. Like, so then after we're given the assignments. We go out to the parking lot. You're gonna go out to your car. Joe, got his SUV at the time, and he's just kind of breaking shit down to me at the right thing. He's like, look, when you get into your car, you're gonna check for this. Make sure nothing's in the back seat. Whoever had this shit prior to you, make sure it's clean. You don't want nothing, blah blah blah, this and that. I'm like, all right, no problem. I get in the car. Maybe like 5-10 minutes go by. He's out just bullshitting, talking to the guys and shit like that. And he gets in the car, man. And this is like the disgruntled shit I was talking to you about. He just gets in there and just start this motherfucking contracts. And he's talking about he don't like this sergeant and this. And it's like this man. And I'm just sitting there like I don't like. Do you want me to respond? How do I don't even know you. Like, I don't know who the fuck you're talking about. So I'm really just sitting there. So after like 2 minutes of him ranting, like just letting that shit out, he's like, don't even worry about it, man. Like, everything will be fine. Like, how you doing? Like, the fuck? Like, he just worked up a whole sweat. He's over there with a towel, wiping his shit down, just like, and then he just, so I'm like, oh shit, I don't know what to expect. But he was a good ass dude, so. We're driving around. Like the first night, I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. During that time, the 3 months, it really was not much happening in the city at the time. It was winter time. It was slow. And we were working overnight. So the busiest, it was probably like between 10 and 2. And when we first came in to like 2 in the morning, and then man, from like 3, 4. After that, it's slow as fuck. I remember he'll be driving, I'm sitting there like nodding the fuck off. And he would drive around 10 minutes, stop somewhere, drive around 20 minutes, stop. Like non-stop driving. It would never be just somewhere, just post up somewhere and park. Like this motherfucker would put miles on on that truck. Bro, no bullshit. And every driving, I'm sitting there trying to stay awake, like, yo, can we go to 7-Eleven real quick? Just to get that air, just so I could fucking, I was scared. I was like scared to ask him to turn the heat down or turn the air down. I was just like, yo. But we got along. So it was cool. Like, he taught me a lot. When we weren't on the call and we weren't talking about like just life shit or just like boxing or sports or whatever, he would talk to me about police work. He would randomly ask me, we'll be driving, he'd be like, yo, what street are we on? I'd be like, he said, you don't know where you at right now? I said, nah. And he would tell me, you gotta know where the fuck you at. You need to know what street you at. If you driving right now and motherfucking car hits you or shots let off right now, how you gonna call a dispatch and be like, yo, I'm at, like, you don't need to. So he was kind of like, he would say shit like that to me and quiz me with certain little things where it was like, look, you got to think about that shit. At one point, he got to a point where he was telling me, look, if there's anything you want to do, if you want to pull somebody over, if you want to go check this guy, if you kind of feel uncomfortable or you just want to get practice doing shit, just let me know. We'll do whatever. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? Things have been kind of quiet lately. I think we're gonna do some traffic stops today. We're gonna get some traffic stops. So he's like, fine. So we're driving, and a guy runs a red light. Bullshit, no bullshit. He ran a red light. We have the green, and this motherfucker's cutting in front of us. So ain't no way. So we turn the lights on and we stop him. He's like, yo, you're gonna call it out on the radio. You're gonna walk up to the driver's side. You're gonna do everything. I'm gonna stay in the back. I got your back, but you're quarterback this shit. Right back. Let's go. So I pull over, lights are on, whatever. I go on the radio, give it out. I walk up to the car. I'm talking to the guy. Hey, Officer Rivera, pulling you over because you ran a red light. Can I see your license, registration, insurance? He's like, oh man, what you fuck? Like, blah, blah, blah. What light did I run? No, he starts asking me. I turn my head. I'm like, you ran that light over there. He said, man, what? He ends up giving me his stuff. And come to find out, one of his good friends was a police officer on the department. He was actually working that same shift. Like he was actually the FTO for one of my friends, one of the guys I knew. So, you know, he was name dropping and shit like that. So we let him go. No ticket, just a warning, whatever. So I get back in the truck and I'm like, so how'd I do? Like, and he's like, that wasn't bad. He said, that wasn't bad. Only one thing I do want to tell you. I'm like, what's up? Tell me. Cause I was real like into that type of shit. Like I'm just, I can take criticism. Like I like learning. I like learning about shit. So if I'm doing something wrong, and again, you gotta understand in law enforcement, you make a mistake, you can end up getting killed. So I'm trying to understand, like, all right, so what I do wrong? Like, he was like, when you went up to that guy, when you went up to that car, and you explained to him why you were pulling him over, and when he asked you, what street that he, you know, what light did he run? He was like, the second you turned your head, that's when you made that mistake. He said, when you turned your head and said, yeah, you ran that street over there, he said it took a split second. That motherfucker could have had a gun right in the car. And the second I turned my head, boom. I'm thinking that like, because it's true. Like the way he put it, the way he said it, he was like, that split second when he distracted you and said, yeah, I ran that street, and you fucking took your eyes off him, he could have pulled a gun out right from under his lap, from his hoodie, bam, shot me in the fucking face, drove off, and rookie cop in Atlantic City gets shot in the face at a traffic stop because, and I was literally saying, I went home and I was thinking about that shit like, damn. But that's one of those things, because we do those types of trainings in the academy. You're gonna have scenario trainings when you're dealing with somebody in a fake domestic dispute, an assault, or anything. You're gonna be dealing with that. But the difference is you get to go home that night. Fortunately for me, I was able to go home that night. Ain't no issues that night, no problems. But even in the academy, when I missed something in the scenario, if I patted somebody down and I didn't find the gun on him, or if I didn't find the knife that he was having, I went home. On that ride home, I'm sitting there thinking like, what the fuck? Like how did I miss that? Like I was really in my head like, nah, like I'm going to get this shit right next time. I'm going to make sure, bro, because I was really putting my mind into that shit, bro. That shit real. You're not gonna catch me slipping. Fuck out of here. Another thing would be, one time he asked me, he was like, yo, how do you hold on to your radio? And yo, everything I'm telling you right now, if you guys planning on taking this road down that career path, pay attention. He would tell me, how do you hold on to your radio? And I remember telling him, or showing him, I'm right-handed. So if you're right-handed, your gun's gonna be on your right hip, radio's gonna be on your left hip, and you're gonna have the walkie-talkie, the speaker part, you know, somewhere around here. So he asked me that, and with my right hand, I went to go grab it. I went to go grab my radio, and this motherfucker, he like grabbed me and like pushed me back a little bit. So he was like, so if you grab your radio like that, and you in the street, and somebody grabs your gun, like your shooting hand, how the fuck how you gonna reach for your gun? How you gonna? And I'm like, what the fuck? Like I'm like, I guess I can. He's like, don't. When you talk on your radio, every time you talk on the radio, get in the habit of using your opposite hand. That way, you grab your radio, yo, blah, blah, blah. I'm on this street, yo. Oh, shit, shots fired. Boom, grab your gun. Boom, yo, boom. You see what it is? It's little shit like that you don't think about it, or that until it happens. It's kind of what I'm saying, like, in the academy training. Yeah, they may teach you that. They may tell you a story about that, but that shit won't happen to you in the academy. That shit can happen in real life. Same thing. Another thing he'll tell me, don't put your hands in your pockets. If you standing around, you post it up. I don't got pockets on these shorts, but he said, don't have your hands in your pockets. Somebody walk up on you and grab your hands while your hands are in your pocket, you're gonna be stuck. What the fuck you gonna do when you're gonna be grabbing you? Where are you gonna go? You could headbutt. You could, boo. So he said, if you ever standing around I mean, just keep your little. Let's keep it. I mean, you don't gotta keep it all the way in. We would say little shit like that, little tips and hints like that. That they are very helpful, man. Very helpful. You're gonna go through it. Hopefully, if you become a police officer and you go through FTO, you do have an FTO who does break shit down to you a certain way, who's not gonna get you jammed up, or who's gonna show you the right way to do things and still kind of like show you like, look, sometimes you may have to take it a little extreme. Not extreme, but but sometimes it's not gonna be by the book. It's not gonna be how they put it in the academy, because people are fucking dumb as hell, bro. People are people are just dumb as hell, man. One arrest I got with him. We had a call for it was someone like a domestic. Guy called us because he wanted to get his property from from his girlfriend's crib, right? So we go there, we talk to him, talk to the girl, and I don't even think we ran his name for warrants. Another thing that when you go in the academy or whatever, you're gonna hear about this. They're gonna tell you every person you talk to, run their name for warrants. Every fucking person you talk to, run. If they give you your name, if they give you their name, if you got their ID, run it for warrants. They're gonna tell you that. So jot a little note. If you're in the streets, if you're not in the police, then you still be careful who you give your name to, because motherfucker give your name to somebody and be careful. So we talking to them and they were like, yeah. She's like, look, I'll give him his shit. He got to get the fuck out of here. Whatever. So we're like, cool. She gets a bag, gives him his stuff. Guy's about to leave, and he's like, oh, no, yo, you missing something? I'm missing some of my stuff. I need to get my shit back. Yo, what the fuck? And she's like, nah, fuck you, man. Like, get the fuck out of here. There's nothing here for you. There's nothing. Everything's going to get out of here. No. So now it's like, oh, man, this shit was about to be smooth. So Joe's trying to talk to him. He's standing there like that. He's standing like old school then. He's standing there like, look, let me talk to you. Look, I'm trying to be cool with you. I'm standing there like, and the dude's like, no, I need to get my shit. And Joe's like, look, bro, if you do not leave, I'm going to lock you up. So we told the dude literally about 10 to 12 times, dude, just go home. Go home. Dude, go home. You're going to get locked up. Dude, if we run your name, you're going to get, dude, go home. And that last time we told him go home, they said, all right, fucking man. Ran his name, dude had a warrant, got locked up. People don't listen. And I don't know if it's some type of thing when it comes to the police, and I get it's like an ego thing, but sometimes you have to be smart enough to know, like, this isn't even like I don't know. I don't even know how to put it into words, because it's like just some people want the attention from law enforcement. Some people want that 5 minutes or the 15 minutes of fame when it comes to, and sometimes, and being from the other side, it's like, bro, why? Why are you putting me in it? What the fuck is wrong with you? Go home, my nigga, go. What the fuck? Go. Nah. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. I learned a lot at that job. FTO was good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna bullshit you guys. FTO was good. Saw a lot. I experienced a lot. I heard a lot. Yeah, man, that's a crazy time in my life. And thinking about, it was 5 years that I graduated from the academy, or that I went into the academy. This shit is crazy. It's wild. Obviously after the 3 months of FTO, I went to a different unit, and that's when I was working with the younger guys and things like that. And that's a whole different experience. Like the 3 months, and then the unit that I was in, because we weren't in the streets. We weren't really assigned to. We were more working, parts, side streets of the casinos, the boardwalks, but don't get that shit fucked up either, because it was drugs, a lot of prostitutes, a lot of guns. There's a lot of bullshit that takes place in Atlantic City. A lot of shit that takes place in Atlantic City. I remember talking to people on the boardwalk, and I would explain to them, I'd be like, yo, about where you park at, what are you guys doing tonight, this and that. And they'd be like, yeah, we're going to be walking down this street. And I'm like, yo, be careful going down. They'd be like, what do you mean? Like, I thought Atlantic City was just a casino. I thought it was just a boardwalk. Like no. Like, you go 4 blocks too far, you end up in the wrong fucking, you get robbed. You need to be careful out there. So, that time was, that time in that unit was way different. Bro, I wasn't like man, to tell you the truth, I think I probably locked up. I think I probably was involved in like less than 10 arrests. I wasn't really, bro. During my FTO, we wasn't really locking people out. Like, really wasn't much shit going on like that. And my FTO, like, he was an older guy, so he wasn't that hungry for that type of shit. He was more on the like, let's drive around, chill, this and that. Which I ain't really had no problem with either, because I was tired as fuck. But, there was just some guys and there was just some people that they like needed that shit. They needed to get an arrest. And they needed to lock somebody up. And I just was never pressed off that type of shit, man. Like, I was not locking people up for the weed. Well, if you was smoking a blunt in front of me, or if I walked up on you and you were rolling the blunt, depending on where you at, I'm telling you, bro, like, yo, go somewhere else, put that away. Stomp that. Like, the worst I've done was stomp on it in front of somebody, because motherfucker was just, but I've never, and that shit just blows. That's why, because it's kind of like, bro, now you got your locals, you got your people who they know what they can do, what they can't do, blah blah blah, this and that. So you got your relationship with them, but then you get people from out of state. Atlantic City, that's a travel destination. People come in from all over. You get people from New York, Connecticut, this and that. They don't know, so they smoking a joint on the boardwalk. Motherfucker come and lock you up. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing, bro? There was cops like that. There was dudes that was like, bro, what are y'all doing? Why? Like, I wasn't stopping people for jaywalking and trying to run them for, like, having that as a probable cause to stop them and to run their name and, oh, I'm gonna get this warrant, I'm gonna go get this arrest, I'm gonna go this. Like, bro, there was guys who were like that, bro. And that it just got to, like, it just wasn't for me like that. I was me and the guys that I work with and the certain districts and the certain places that I work, we would just, no, we good. If it comes to us, then obviously we'll take care of that shit. But there's just some niggas that they was just kind of like, oh, I need to get that shit. Oh man, I know he got a warrant, so I'm gonna fucking. It's like, niggas, chill. Oh man, I don't know though. I think I'm gonna end that one on this one. I don't know. I'm gonna catch you guys 2022. It's gonna be a very good year. Still can't believe he's still asleep. Benji. Catch you guys on the next one though. Peace.